winner of the prestigious Edward R. Murrow Award for Best Sports Reporting in the region.
The bright yellow house on a quiet Delmar street had a yard full.
Yeah, so what about the ones that...
Not leaves, instead, baseball players, hard at work, friends who fill Coach Pete Dorwalt's heart with pride and eyes with tears.
He's a fly. They're great kids. It means a lot.
All these players came as soon as they heard that Coach Pete Dorwalt needed the help. You see, it could be the final time they get that opportunity. Pete Dorwalt is fighting cancer, and for once in his life, it's a battle he's not winning.
Tell me how you're feeling.
I'm not really great. Not really great. It's getting close.
That's it's sad. Yeah, it is.
For 40-plus years, he's given his life to baseball and his players. 415 games won, innumerable lives affected.
You get a group of kids and you have fun with them, and you hope you can give them something.
I love the guy. He loves us, so got to give back to him. He's given us his time on the field, so we'll give him time off the field.
He's helped out so many kids and so many people in the community that we owe it to him to be able to help him out and be there for him.
He taught us more than just baseball. I mean, he brought us more together as friends than a team.
Well, we'll get you a TV that probably pops up right here. Would that be better, you think?
Perfect. They are there for each other. Like this past week, the coach, even though he was hurting, bundled up to attend college signings for 3 of his players.
Coach Dorwalt means a lot to me. He means a lot to us. He is one of the best coaches I've ever had.
It's unbelievable. I didn't realize the impact I had.
He is a fighter determined to see his grandson graduate in June. At some point, though, cancer will win this battle, and that will leave the hearts of many empty. While that pain will linger, so will all the coach accomplished. A lifetime full of great memories.
Intense flames consumed the second floor of the house, burning at a temperature of 1,300 degrees according to the chief's estimate. Thick black smoke filled the sky as more than 100 people gathered on the street to watch. The homeowner, crying hysterically, needed oxygen just to catch her breath. Later, her daughter raced home from work as a TSA screener to embrace family and friends. Everyone on the block wanted to know what happened. When the fire began at about 5:30, neighbor Dorothea Zucknewitz and her husband Mike were 2 of the first people to react.
So Mike kicked the door in, and we both went in and called, their names. Terry, we screamed Terry, and DJ, and no one answered, no one said anything.
No one answered because no one was home, but Mike and Dorothea didn't know that yet. After about 30 seconds, a neighbor yelled at them to get out, and it's a good thing they did, because when the fire department arrived, a burst of flame knocked 3 firefighters right off their feet.
As they got to the second floor landing, they were up there. We had what was called a flashover, and the fire actually blew these guys down the stairs. So they're lucky. We're fortunate nobody's been hurt here.
Another firefighter fell off a ladder in the backyard, but he too kept working.
These guys are all hard workers, that's why they're firefighters.
In the end, there were no injuries to people or pets, but the house is heavily damaged and neighbors are shaken.
Very upsetting. Could happen to anyone, any one of us.
Bike safety always important at all times of year, but especially important at this time of year, the summer, when there's so many kids out there on bikes. It's the focus of today's Bike Safety Rodeo here on the Empire State Plaza, sponsored by the Albany County Bar Association. A stoplight for the kids to look at as they work on the course. Over here, an actual car, and it's parked here on purpose. That way kids get the simulation of what it's like when they're on the street, then when they come up to a parked car, what they're supposed to do with that. And then right down here on the ground, as you can see, I'll ask Zach to tilt down there, you can see the circles in chalk that are there for the kids to be able to kind of get control of their bike and learn exactly what they need to do to make sure they're in full control of their bike. Joining us right now from the Albany County Bar Association is Ryan Donovan, one of the volunteers today. And Ryan, second year for this. Why is this such a big project for the County Bar Association?
Well, it's a way for the County Bar Association to reach out to the community and let them know that we care.
Most people don't arrive at their high school prom in an ambulance, but most people haven't beaten the odds like Tyler Zielinski has.
It's meant the whole world to me because I didn't think I would ever go to my prom.
Tyler was born with Duchenne muscular dystrophy and wasn't supposed to live past the age of 12. Now, at 18, he's making an unforgettable entrance at the Fonda Fultonville Junior Prom.
Have a good time,
I feel great to be here and to inspire all the other disabled people out there that want to go to their prom.
For all the complaints that we have in this life, in this world, how dare we? When he hasn't touched the ground in 9 years, this is his first time out of the house in 3 years.
Tyler's dad, Sean, tells us he's been planning this for months, hoping to let his son feel a little bit of normalcy tonight. Because of Tyler's fragile condition, the ambulance ride from Montgomery County to the Desmond was a big risk.
So we knew when we signed papers today that this could be his last ride. It's that serious, and we're just grateful.
Tonight's trip was no easy task, but the ambulance ride, the time of the ambulance crew, even Tyler's prom ticket were all donated. Tyler's date, his best friend, Sammy Frazier, who vows to make the prom as normal an experience as possible for him.
I'll still be dancing with him. He can move his head. The people here already know him, so it'll be just like he's a normal kid, just like any other person here.
The other people here are learning something from Tyler that they'd never learn in a classroom.
Even with the way Tyler is and his disease, he doesn't let it get to him. His personality shines through everything else.
In Colony, Paul Merrill, Fox 23 News.